From having teams of guards worth thousands of dollars per day to even protecting their families against dangerous threats, here are some of the most heavily guarded black celebrities in the world. Beyoncé. Starting on our list is Beyoncé. Beyoncé is deemed to be more than just a musician. She is more or less considered royalty in almost every place she walks into. Her amazing vocal range, dance skills, and excellent work ethics has earned her a top spot in people's hearts and also increased her wealth. But that level of love and recognition also makes her prone to danger. Even before she started her solo career, Beyoncé has always been admired and idolized, and there are more times than not that people take this idolization too far. Some people go as far as attempting to steal things from her in public, or even spread false rumors to gain her attention. But this is where Julius de Boer, her favorite bodyguard, swoops in. Julius de Boer has been in charge of Beyoncé's security team for over a decade, and has been running his private security company since his college days. He protects her with the precision of a soldier protecting a president, and it has been nothing short of incredible. During a concert, a fan grabbed Beyoncé and attempted to pull into the crowd. It didn't take up to 15 seconds before Julius showed up and saved her from that dangerous situation. Julius doesn't just stop at protecting her from physical threats. His security company also handles social media threats. This is probably why Beyoncé doesn't respond to negativity online. It doesn't get to her because Julius handles that aspect. The entertainer is able to walk in crowds with pride because she knows who is behind her. So everybody says, "Thank you, Julius, for protecting Queen Bey." The next on our list is also considered a queen in the music industry, and considering how many don't like her, it's no surprise she needs all the protection she can get. Nicki Minaj. If you hadn't guessed it already, we are talking about Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj became popular in the mainstream rap scene in 2010, although she had been rapping since 2002. She started off in a rap group and even recorded the theme song for a WWE wrestler. But she turned down her first chance at getting a record deal and was called broke and hungry. It was probably from that point on that she knew if she didn't protect herself when she eventually makes it, everything she has would be snatched from her. So when she went mainstream in 2010, she was quickly dubbed the Queen of Rap. But that came with a lot of negative attention, especially from other rappers that had been in the scene. Nicki Minaj enlisted the help of some of the largest bodyguards ever known to man. They are so large that if you wanted to take a picture with her, you would need to have prepared a plan to maneuver them from years ago. It's no wonder she came out unscathed after her fight with another big female rapper, Cardi B. In 2018, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B met at the red carpet event for the Met Gala. They have always had their issues, but nobody expected it to escalate to physical combat. But it surprisingly did. And at an event where people were supposed to be admiring fashion, Cardi B was hurling her shoes at Nicki. After that incident, Nicki Minaj came out with no injuries, a sign of how much protection she has around her. So if your plan is to approach Nicki Minaj, you better do it with grace, or you just might get shoved in a really bad way. For the next celebrity, she did not just go for a big man, she went for an extremely skilled fighter, and even she wouldn't cross his path. Oprah Winfrey. When you are a billionaire, especially a black self-made female billionaire, your life is in constant danger. It could be from family who hate you, fans who don't know their place, or even competitors who want your spot. For Oprah Winfrey, it seemed to be all of these different kinds of people attempting to take her down. After climbing the ladder in Hollywood and building a remarkable community of people who love her, Oprah got a target on her back. The wise thing to do in that situation is enlist the help of a trained guard, and that is exactly what she did. Her most popular guard is Michael Jai White. You probably know Michael Jai White from movies like Blood and Bone or Never Back Down, No Surrender. Well, the scenes you see him act out in movies are not just scripted. He is, in fact, a trained fighter. He has a black belt in jiu-jitsu, karate, and other intense fighting training that we may never be able to finish mentioning. Michael Jai White is as scary as he looks. It's no wonder Oprah has no fear when she is out with him. Remember, bodyguards don't ask questions before attacking. So think twice before approaching Oprah Winfrey if you see her in public. The next celebrity is also a billionaire, and she always stays guarded and ready. Rihanna. Who else would we be referring to if not Rihanna, one of the youngest self-made billionaires of her generation? Rihanna has been privy to danger since her childhood, growing up with a crack-addicted father. Her father's drug issues caused issues in his marriage with her mom, which caused the singer terrible headaches. She eventually got better after they divorced, and that was when she really started to work towards what she wanted to become in life. She followed her dreams, which eventually landed her in front of Jay-Z, who gave her a record deal. She worked tirelessly for years, releasing album after album, becoming a top music seller. Despite not releasing any song for almost 10 years now, Rihanna is considered the highest-selling singer of the 21st century by the Guinness World Records. She launched her cosmetics and fashion line in 2017 and is now worth $1.4 billion. When you are that rich and popular, you don't walk around like every other person. So Rihanna has guards that are with her, whether she is just out for lunch, at work, or on the streets taking a stroll. She is so heavily guarded that no one would be able to touch her if she passed the midst of a crowd. Now we wonder how hard the people that have taken pictures with her had to work for it. The next celebrity may shock you, considering he is a fighter himself. Floyd Mayweather. We are talking about boxing champion Floyd Mayweather. If you are as shocked as us about Mayweather having bodyguards, just wait until you hear his credentials. Mayweather was named Fighter of the Decade for the 2010s by the Boxing Writers Association of America. He was a two-time winner of the Ring Magazine's Fighter of the Year award for 1998 and 2007. He also won the BWWA Fighter of the Year award 3 times for the year 2007, 2013, and 2015. That is not all. Mayweather is a 6-time winner of the Best Fighter ESP award from 2007 to 2014. In 2016, ESPN ranked him the greatest boxer of the last 25 years, and in 2023, he was ranked the 2nd greatest boxer of all time. With such an extensive record as a boxer, why would a man like Mayweather need security? Well, we can start from his net worth. Through his excellence in the ring, Mayweather is one of the richest athletes in the world with a net worth of $1.2 billion. And one thing Mayweather will never do is keep things low-key. He walks around with blinged-out jewelry and moves with expensive cars. It would be unwise on his part to leave his safety to chance. Also, he has gotten into physical altercations with parasocial fans, and that would not always look good for his reputation. In order to protect himself and avoid future issues, he started his own private security team called the Money Team. The bodyguards in this team are at least 7 feet tall, making Mayweather look so small in their midst. While the boxer may be able to hold it down for himself, it makes more sense that he delegates the job to other people. But unlike Mayweather, this next celebrity may not have been able to hold it down for himself, which would explain why he has an entourage of guards everywhere he goes. Drake. We are talking about 5-time Grammy Award winner, Drake. Contrary to popular belief, Drake in fact had humble beginnings. Before pivoting to music, Drake started his career in entertainment as a teen actor. His father was in jail, and at some point he was the one supporting the family since his mother was also sick. When Drake finally got his break in the industry, he wasn't well received. Lil Wayne heard his song and was immediately turned off because he could not understand why anyone would rap and sing at the same time. And for the longest time, people held that sentiment against him, which may have led to hostilities from other people in the industry. Drake finally started getting liked and building his own fan base. He has raked billions of streams on Spotify and is worth $250 million, which pretty much explains why he needs guards 24/7. Also, his 2024 beef with Kendrick Lamar put him in the bad books of many people, especially rappers from the black community. Drake is literally one mistake from getting jumped. So he walks around with around 20 bodyguards at a time, and because he is not president, they can't carry lethal weapons, so they protect him using flashlights. If a photographer were to approach them, all they do is shine flashlights in the camera so they can't capture anything. They are also known to block traffic and yell at innocent bystanders who just happen to be going about their day at the same time as Drake. Many people find them annoying, but they are just doing their job. Their actions are quite similar to this next celebrity who sometimes fights alongside his bodyguard, Burna Boy. If you couldn't guess, we are referring to the African giant, Burna Boy. Burna Boy didn't grow up in affluence, but he didn't seem to grow up in affluence. But one thing is, growing up in Nigeria definitely put him on alert to watch his environment. He started his music career after graduating from the university and working for a short time at a radio station. From the start, His career was a big hit. His first studio album sold over 40,000 copies in its first day of release. So, from the moment he opened his mouth to sing to the world, it was obvious that he was going to be great. Burna Boy quickly climbed the ladder in the industry and signed record deals with Atlantic Records and Warner Brothers. He is now one of Africa's highest-selling artists, with a net worth of $90 million. With that much wealth comes a lot of hate. In 2024 alone, he was threatened by an influencer in Nigeria who he was friends with before becoming popular. So his life is constantly in danger. Whether he is out on tour or just hanging with friends, Burna Boy's guards are constantly looking out. Sometimes, they even go as far as opening fire when they suspect that Burna Boy may be in danger. In his country, Nigeria, his guards shot at a man who was fighting Burna Boy for allegedly talking to his wife. So know that his guards don't play. Burna Boy has also gotten into altercations with fans during concerts. He has gone viral multiple times for kicking fans who attempted to jump on stage with him during his performances. So if you are itchy to talk to Burna Boy because you think he may be approachable, then you might want to step back. And for the next celebrity, his life is not just under threat simply because he's popular. He most times put himself in dangerous situations with his own hands. Kanye West. There are a lot of opposing views about Kanye West in the black community, but we can't deny that his life is in constant danger, making him one of the most heavily protected black celebrities in the industry. Kanye West has been in the music industry since as far back as 1996, producing beats for underground artists in Chicago. He finally got his first producer credit after producing a song for Grav. He started gaining more mainstream recognition after he became an in-house producer for Rockefeller Records. Kanye is often praised for revitalizing Jay-Z's career in the 2000s. Whether that is true or not is up to people to debate, but his work with Jay-Z really helped in putting Kanye West in front of more people. But he never got the kind of deal he wanted when he was getting into rap. The reason was simple. He didn't have the gangsta persona that sold for rappers, so he didn't seem like a good investment. Kanye West took all of this rejection and turned it into something good for himself. He managed to improve his life and is now worth $2.77 billion after losing a $1.5 billion deal in 2023. But despite being rich and able to stay off social media and still make money, Kanye West is one of the most controversial rappers in Hollywood. The $1.5 billion deal he lost was because of some problematic views he shares. Because of his inability to keep his opinions low-key, he has to spend $100,000 monthly just for security. When you compile that yearly, that is enough money to get some people out of debt and into a good life. No matter how you feel about Kanye West, remember, he is not one to play with because his security gets paid to do their job well. Now, the next celebrity may shock you because he is in a non-threatening line of work, but his method of doing his job is not so unproblematic. Dave Chappelle. Who else could we be referring to if not the comedian, Dave Chappelle? From the minute Dave Chappelle stepped into Hollywood, he knew he wanted to become a comedian. He was first seen on TV in the 1990s ABC show, America's Funniest People. After graduating from high school, he decided to move to New York to chase his dreams as a comedian. But at the start of his career, he was everything but funny. At his first performance at Harlem's Apollo Theater in front of the amateur night audience, he was booed off stage. Imagine being booed off at a show for amateurs. It showed Dave Chappelle's lack of skill, but he kept trying. He kept on performing at city parks and soon made a name for himself in the New York comedy circuit and was getting gigs. He finally got his big break in 1992 when he made a TV appearance on Def Comedy Jam. Dave Chappelle's performance on the show gained him wide critical acclaim, and he soon became a regular face on late-night shows. In 2003, he debuted his weekly comedy sketch show on Comedy Central called Chappelle's Show, and it was a hit. But Dave Chappelle had a habit of talking about sensitive topics. Now, he would not just talk about these topics to create awareness, but also make mockery of serious situations. He quickly went from being that unfunny amateur to a comedian in many people's bad books. Because of his controversial approach to comedy, Dave Chappelle has had to walk with a lot of bodyguards. He once got attacked on stage, and the aftermath of the assailant was not pleasant to the eye. So you can have whatever beef you want with Dave Chappelle, but ever attempt to attack him, or you may become unrecognizable to even your family members. He could have stayed out of people's business and not need so many guards, but that could never be the case for the next celebrity, Kendrick Lamar. We are talking about one of the greatest rappers of all time, Kendrick Lamar. Would this video be complete if we didn't acknowledge Kendrick Lamar's security team? Kendrick was born in Compton, California, and grew up with a gangster hustler. If you are conversant with rap culture, you know why this combination is bad for anybody, especially one who is making a name in the entertainment industry. He grew up on food stamps and welfare. Although he is not a member of any gang, he has some close affiliation with the West Side Pirates. Even if Kendrick is not a gang member, his mere association with one gang can put him in the bad books of another gang. So he walks around with his security detail who is at least 3 times his size. While it is common for celebrities to go for the biggest looking bodyguard possible, Kendrick may have been strategic in picking. Kendrick's guard is able to completely cover him if there is ever a need to. Also, the rapper has been increasing the number of guards moving with him ever since his feud with Drake was reignited in 2024. While Drake might not be the entire reason behind his increased security, Kendrick's background alone demands he is not caught lacking in public. Diamond Platnumz. And at number 11 we have Diamond Platnumz, one of the top 5 highest-selling artists in Africa. Diamond Platnumz is a Tanzanian bongo flava artist, dancer, and businessman. He has been hustling to make a name for himself in the music industry and finally got his breakthrough in 2017 when he signed a record deal with Universal Music in 2017. He became the first African artist to surpass 900 million views on YouTube. His success encouraged him to start his own record label, which he called WCB Wasafi. In 2021, he entered a 360 partnership with Warner Music Africa. But being this successful from an underprivileged background would mean that you always need to watch your back. So whenever Diamond Platnumz steps out in public, he has 2 sets of guards. The first set follow him in a convoy and prevent any threat to him by being ready to hit the gas pedal and get out of danger zones. The second set of guards walk on foot and are scarily muscular. They handle crowd control and use everything in them to push aside people who attempt to come close to the singer. All these guards around Diamond Platnumz makes him seem fearless in public. We have come to the end of this video. Which of these celebrities do you think should use less or more guards? Let us know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe for more sports-related news.